Russia is reportedly evacuating naval ships from Tartus, Syria, amid rising tensions, reports OSINT analyst Covert Shores for Naval News. On Monday, the auxiliary ship Yelnya, a crucial asset to Russia's Mediterranean presence, was observed leaving the port. Russia has a variety of military vessels stationed in Tartus. These comprise of 2 Gorskov-class frigates, 1 Grigorovich-class frigate, 2 auxiliaries, and an improved Kilo-class submarine. It is not yet confirmed whether the remaining vessels have also departed, but reports suggest that they may have followed Yelnya out of Syria. Naval analyst Droxford Maritime noted that there is a realistic possibility that these departures are linked to the deteriorating security situation in Syria. Given the military developments on the ground, it seems likely that Russia is moving its naval assets to safer locations, he commented. The airport in Aleppo is a graveyard of planes and choppers. Many are old, but there are also some only recently destroyed vehicles. The airport was swarmed by drones shortly before rebels moved into Aleppo and disabled most of any aerial counterattacks. It should also be noted that Assad's infamous barrel bombers have completely disappeared. I can only speculate, but my best guess is that usage of FPV drones, which caused havoc among Russian choppers in Ukraine and Russia, is also employed by Syrian rebels. Manpads are also available, but at a smaller scale than drones. Syrian rebels continue their push into the Syrian desert and reach the town Suruj, deep in the Hama province. Assad and Russia are probably done in Syria in a near future. Even Russian military bloggers are beginning to realize that. A lot of crying from them. Another abandoned column of Syrian army equipment between the cities of Suran and Mardis, which is now being actively processed by aircraft, which can be heard even in the background of the video. The militants took possession of T-62MV, T-55, and T-72M tanks, which had previously been hit by a militant FPV kamikaze drone, as well as a couple of trucks and a damaged BMP-1. Militants have again approached the city's neighborhoods of Hama despite the temporary stabilization of the situation several days ago. The jihadists also pulled up their reserves and successfully advanced towards Hama from several sides at once, despite the stubborn defense of the Syrian army. Apparently, the available forces were only enough to hold positions along the M5 highway, while there was no one to defend the flanks. Taking advantage of the fragmented Syrian defense and the general chaos, by morning the militants can already confidently gain a foothold on the outskirts and then begin advancing toward the city center. By the way, the town of Qalat al-Mudik is not so simple in itself. Its loss means that the militants are about 35 kilometers away from the strategically important Russian airbase Khmeimim. Of course, it is not possible to get to Khmeimim directly through the Latakia Mountains. But let us recall that the Syrian army kindly left the jihadists with a 220mm Uragan MLRS with a full set of ammunition. 35 kilometers is already the theoretical maximum distance for firing from it. If the militants advance further south towards Skalbia and Tel Salhab and expand their territory closer to the mountain range in the west, the enemy will be able to move closer to the contact line, not only long-range MLRS to fire at the Russian airbase, but also air defense systems to try to catch Russian aviation. The militants recently got hold of a Syrian Pantsir and Buk, which it would be quite possible to man with crews with the assistance of Turkey. Meanwhile, while Recep's friend was telling stories about, "Aye, who did this?" several giant columns of the Barmalis approached Hama and began the assault again. They failed to take Hama by storm, and now, having regrouped, the Barmalis returned, and no one could have even thought about it. And we will leave the Russian propagandists there. Soon they will realize that Russia is not a superpower, but rather a ragtag army surviving on Soviet-era legacy. Its only true global threat lies in its nuclear weapons. Now, let's turn back to the events in Ukraine. A Russian soldier shows the results of the strike that destroyed his headquarters, both outside and inside.
Damn, our headquarters are screwed. What the hell, unbelievable.
The Ukrainian 63rd Brigade shared intercepted Russian radio communications from the Lyman direction. The Russians complain that Baba Yaga is screwing them over every which way and plead to fall back even for just one day due to a lack of supplies. However, the orders remain unchanged. Advance.
Ярый, я патрон принял. Так, я последний раз пробовал зайти на ваш ебучий винт. У меня саму рука дякала и нога. Понял тебя, понял, смотри. А у сама что, контузия, да, сильная? У нас у обоих нас Баба Яга выебала в рот и в жопу, нахуй. Я тоже нихуя не слышу толком и не вижу. Там бегает народу, точно, и всех еб***, хвосты в гриву.
Это лучше, но что, никак на Телему нельзя повлиять вообще. Мы 4 человека здесь, самых старых уже здесь. Мы просто, я говорю, нас ноги идут. Язык не разговаривает. Ну вообще, какие наши бойцы? Мы автомат, блядь, поднимем и упадем. Что, нельзя им как-то обрисовать ситуацию? Но люди же новые идут сюда. Даже только нам воды скинуть не могут, понимаешь? А мы все без воды уже 10 дней. Это пизда все.
Знаю, это все, брат, это труба. Я все так довожу, но команда одна, вперед и нести.
Последний раз спрашиваю, больше катить не буду. Спроси там кого надо. Скажи хотя бы, блядь, на сутках катить. Мы здесь уже 2 недели зависаем, блядь, не можем. На все обезвожены конкретно. Плюс энергетики нет. Плюс у нас осколки в ногах, блядь. У меня тоже. Спроси, пожалуйста, хотя бы на сутки откатить.
Понял тебя, понял. Сейчас передам.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.